Hello all, welcome back to Learning Partner. If you are new, please do subscribe. This is another channel where you can directly connect with me. We have around 1000+ members already who are working. We take live coding sessions and everything. To just get notified about those sessions, please do join this group and check out this website also where you can find so many project ideas with live version, proper flow, diagram and APIs and documentation and all. Now let's start with the video. So in last session, we have seen how we do the get and the post operation. So on click of this load data, we were calling the get API, whatever the data were coming from the API that we have displayed in the table. And by using this form, we were able to create the new user. Now we have to see how we update and the delete. So in case of update, first we need to add edit button over here, because how we are going to update or which record we are going to update, right? So here we need to add an edit button. So let's add that. So this is the component which we were following. So in the header, we will add one more action that we will call it as action. Then in the TD also, we will need to increase one more TD. And here we need two buttons, one for the edit and one for the delete. Last name, btn, primary. This will be for edit. Just like that, we will need one more button for the delete also. Sorry, danger class we need to add. And this will be delete. Let's save. So over here, you can see we have got edit and the delete button. Now on click of edit, what we need to do, whatever the data we have in the array, that particular object we need to send to, we need to render it to the form. So on click of edit, so we will write a function on edit round bracket, and we need to pass this object for loop instance object. So this we will pass it as a parameter. So whatever on which record we click on edit, that we are passing as a parameter. Let's create the function. This function is going to have a parameter data. Now, whatever the data we get, that we need to store into this object. So we can use the method to set it data. Correct. Now, by doing this, on click of edit, whatever the record we click edit, that data will get stored into this object. But to make it visible in the form, we have to bind the form with our value tag. So value is equal to, like this, we need to bind. Our object state name is user object. So this we need to bind it over there. Is dot. What we need to bind it over here, user ID. Just like that. Let me just copy paste. Right over here, project name, password, role, then we have full name. So now if we save, now if you can see, if we click on Radha Krishna and if we click on edit, that record is got visible over here. If we click on Bhagwan, so you can see, if we click on Dev, so on whatever record you click, that record is getting displayed over here. But if we click on the edit, this save button should not be visible because we are in the update mode. So we should be able to see the update button. So how we are going to display the edit update or the save button? If in this object, so how do we know like it is in the new case? If user ID is 0, that means we are creating new record. But if user ID has some value, means we must have clicked on the edit button. So we are in the update phase. So same thing we can use it. So here I will just add a conditional rendering. So user object dot with what we need to compare with user ID. If equal to 0, then we will render our save button. So this will go over here. Then one more with not condition. If user ID is not equal to 0, then we will render our update button. So let's create one more button. Just I'm adding different class. And instead of save, it will be update. We will create the function, but let's just see if we are able to render. So now on the page load, user ID is by default 0. So you can see save button is visible. But if we click on the edit, update button is visible. So by simply writing this code, you are able to switch between save and the update button. Fine. Now on click of update, we need to call one more function, update. So let's create this. Now it will be same as it is the save user. Let me just copy paste and we will change the function name. So same function will be there, just the URL and the message will get changed. For update, let me just open the project API. So here you can see for update, it is the post method only. Sometimes it can be put also. Just URL is going to change. So this URL will go over here. That's it. Everything stays the same. And you can change the message also, updated success. And once, one more thing we forgot. So on click of save also, once user is successfully saved, we can again call this method over here so that latest data will be visible. Just like that, once update is success, we need to show the latest record. So that also we can show. So once you are deleting, you are creating or you are updating, always try the get API so that latest record will be visible. So see now. Now on the page load, we will call. So once the page load, we will call this button. So our get API is there. Now if we click on the edit, so that record got populated over here. Let's change the dev full stack, something name I am giving. So what I'm doing, I'm changing, wait, if I'm typing over here, here also it is changing. So I think both the places we bind the same value. Yeah, here you can see username is there. Here we need email ID. Let's try once again. So on click of edit, dev full stack. Only username I'm changing. Now on click of update button, you will be able to see one API call for the update, user update success. And after update success call, you can see get all user API call is again there. So latest username we are able to see. How many times you click, you will be able to see the updated data. So this is how we do the update case. Now the delete. Delete part is relatively easy. So we have this function. Now let's call up. Now let me just show you the delete API also first. So in case of delete, you can see this is the API, delete user by ID, and we need to pass the ID. So this should be your URL, delete user by user ID question mark, your parameter that is user ID is equal to what user ID you need to delete, means which user having that particular ID you need to delete, you need to pass it. So on click, again, it is going to be an arrow function. Round bracket, and here we will pass item dot only user ID we need to pass. We don't need to send the whole object because we are just going to need the user ID. So that's what we are passing out over here. Let's create the function. And again, it will be same as it is. So let me just copy paste to save the time. Just our function name will be there. And if you see, our API call is delete one. So now over here, instead of post, it will be delete. For delete, object is not mandatory. So let me remove that. And how our URL should be? Our URL should be like this. So let's copy, let's paste it over here. Now this is static. While calling this function from the HTML, we are passing ID. So that we need to catch it over here. ID, and this ID we will pass it over here. So we just need to create a dynamic string. So plus ID concatenation we are doing. And user deleted success. Let's save. Let me just open the console. So now on click of, let's try the ending records to delete. So many records are there. So 156 records are there. So you can see we have a record Ridhima. If we click on the delete, so you can see user got deleted successfully. Got it? So 712 was the ID. Let's clear. If we try to delete the Habib record, delete, you can see 7110. But again, delete is working, but this should not be the normal case. Once we click on the delete, we need to ask for the confirmation also. So that confirmation you can ask by using that confirm box is delete is equal to windows.confirm. So to use the alert box directly, you can use, but for confirm, you need to use windows.confirm. And here you need to pass the message. Are you sure want to delete? So if users say, okay, we will get true over here in this variable. And if it is true, then only we need to make this API call. So this code will go inside over here. So just see now. So now if I click on delete, we get the confirmation pop-up. If I click on cancel, see, nothing is happening. Let's try it again. Now, if I click on OK, API call is there. Got it? So this is the confirmation thing what we implement in case of delete. Fine. So with this, we have completed our basic CRUD operation. In next video, I will be covering how we validate the form because validation we didn't create it. And once we complete the validation, then we have to see the use effect hook because see, if I'm landing on this page, why I will click this button? Once my component load, I will by default, my API call should be there and data should be visible. I should not be required to click the button. So that we can do by using that use effect hook. So that we will see in the coming videos. If you are new, please do like and subscribe.